field, we bring the energy. Ready to go!
Off the field, I build my brand.
At Jackson State, we make it happen.
Stats tell one story, my brand tells another.
This is Jackson State. This is family.
This is the KC-1400 Collective. Tiger Nation, we need each of you to join the movement.
Be the team behind the team.
Support our NIL collective. Get signed up today.
Visit www.KC1400collective.com. Be our love, go Tigers.
We are trying to build a program for the next 10 to 12 years. It's not something that's overnight. We understand that the NIL and collective stuff has its role, it plays in it, but we are on the forefront of FCS football and attacking the NIL, attacking the collective. We got a very nice payroll at Jackson State, believe it or not. And I mean, our fan support, and we need more support. But we know that that payroll is attached to championships. You know what I mean? So we're not out here trying to recruit kids based on money, but we also want them kids to know if you come to Jackson State and you end up benefiting from the collective, benefiting from an NIL deal, we expect a championship out of you.
Hello? What it do, bro?
Man, what's up, baby?
I'm down here in the NO, man, working this HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Man, big dog. What's up with that order?
So we got 6 players down here this year.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen, man. Just let me put my spin on it. I bet.
You look like Rick Deuce, man.
Hey, another play. Ken?
That is Rick Deuce.
What up, Deuce? Nah, we gotta switch this up.
Hey, hold on one second. Public figure.
Yeah, you clean now. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Man, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tiger Nation. Happy to be back on. It's Monday. Man, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my boy Deuce. What up, Deuce? Man, got a good show for you guys tonight. Yeah, that's pretty dope, huh? No, man, we're going to talk all about that, man. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Happy to be partnered with a public figure. We got a lot of partnerships that we're working on, man. If you guys saw the work that's happening off the screen, behind the scenes, rather, you guys would be blown away, actually. A lot of work going into what it is that we're doing. Stay the course, Tiger Nation. I'm imploring you. I'm pleading with you to stay the course. Stay the course. Do not get weary. I understand, financially, everybody's not all in the same situation. The world is chaotic, but we must remain vigilant. We must remain vigilant in our efforts to support our dear old college home. Brother McCray, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. It was great, man. You guys are first class. Thank you, brother. Always good to see you guys, man. I am going to talk to you guys for a short period of time. And then we're going to have our good brother, Zach McKinnell, Blue. Blue's going to join the show tonight. Saw Blue down in New Orleans. I just want to spend the first 20 minutes of the show, just kind of getting a few preliminaries out of the way, as well as just kind of setting up the tone for how the conversation will go tonight. Got a chance to spend some time with Blue and also with Gerald. Gerald does a fantastic job covering the FCS athletes, pre-draft processes. We have an HBCU combine coming up next month over in Washington, D.C. We had a thank you, Aqua. Thank you, Aqua. So listen, and I'm going to talk about this too. This has been brewing. I kept telling you guys, I said, hey, man, we got a partnership that we're going to announce on Friday. I'm excited about announcing the partnership and something we've been working on. And we're going to have Rick Deuce on very soon here in a little bit. And can push them back-to-back SWAC champions. Big next week. The girls love you. Hey, man. Oh, yeah. You don't have to tell me what to push, Brother Jackson. Trust me. We all right. They'll get their coverage. We just got our girls signed up and re-upped. Got some new brand ambassadors waiting on photos, and but we're gonna talk about all of it. We'll touch on it. We probably not this show, but I don't have any slides like that. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. It's coming. I'm shooting from the hip and letting the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? And I want you guys to be patient with me as well and be very transparent about something a little later. But nevertheless, excited to be back on. Got a chance to go down to New Orleans this past weekend. Got a chance to work side by side with Brother ASVP. Got to go to the HBCU Legacy Bowl. Appreciate my boy, my brother who mad at me because I didn't make it to the tailgate from Southern. Hey, bro, still love you, bro. Appreciate the shirt. You know what I mean? There was an actual interview we were doing where he threw the shirt over there at me while we were doing the interview. So I said, I'm going to rock that shirt since we're covering it. We're going to do an HBCU Legacy Bowl recap, and then we're going to go into Blues breakdown of Jack State's football recruiting class. We're going to do that. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have Coach Trey on and the strength coach. And then we're going to continue on, right? We're going to continue rocking and rolling. But yeah, give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Had to let a little something out real quick. All right, but nevertheless, man, let's get it popping, man. Again, make sure you guys, as you come in, hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend, and tell another friend that we over here and it's live tonight. Listen, if you want to support the platform, you can via our foundation, tax deductible. Friends of KC-1400 Incorporated via Giblify. Just click the link, go see them. I mean, go pull it up and support. Huge shout out to Cannon Toyota of Vicksburg, the whole crew. Thank you for all of your support. Cannon Nissan, he knows everything that he does. If you guys are in the market for a new or used vehicle, head over to Cannon. You can go to Vicksburg. You can go to the one in Jackson. Appreciate Will. Tell him KC-1400 sent you. And listen, if you're looking for a good quality auction vehicle, Automasters is your play. 601-927-7794. Appreciate all that they do to keep this platform rocking and rolling. I said I caught a live show. Shame on you, good brother. No, man. Again, thank you to everyone. We have exceeded 5 million 5 million views, over 9,000 subscribers. We're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling. That's right, sis. We are on our road to 10,000. So continue to subscribe, and we're on our road to 750 collective members. I was gonna touch on that next. You just beat me to it, ain't you right, sis? Way to liaison me. Tiger Nation family, I want you guys to. I had a chance to, KT Dub and I had a chance to spend quite a bit of time today with Coach Taylor, Coach TC Taylor, Coach O, entire, really the staff, man, and a lot of the players today. And just talking to them about how much they appreciate the support that we've been giving football. And And I know all the other sports appreciate them as well. I know I talked to Coach Thorne today. I know he's greatly appreciative. Always talk to Coach Montgomery whenever we get a chance, and the support that we give women's softball as well. They've been kicking butt, by the way. If you guys aren't keeping up with the ladies softball team, just know that they whooping feet right now. they are whooping feet right now, and they're dominating in a major way. And like I said, we're gonna share the news of our new ambassadors. We have 3 softball ambassadors this season, and we're excited to work with them, very much so. So again, let me touch on some of the past games that we just we went through. I think we're sitting at 7-5 right now. We started off blazing. We kicked off this season with some dubs. We took out. We lost to Belhaven. I didn't know that. Smokes. And we lost to Missouri State. Rhode Island was canceled. Southeast Missouri. A couple of games canceled. And then we got back on track with Alcorn, Bluefield State, Claflin. So they're figuring things out, and we're gonna continue to support them. So make sure you guys give them go by and see the ladies softball team whenever they're playing. But listen, hey man, things have slowed down. They have slowed down, and I understand this is that slow time of the season. But I do want to implore everyone to continue to support, continue to sign up. If you haven't signed up for the collective, join the collective. We need your support. Again, stay the course with it. The link is pinned to the chat, and we will get started here. We will continue. We have a lot of commitments. We're at 26 brand ambassadors right now, and we've only introduced 8. So once we get all of our graphics and photos, and we'll strategically do it. We will strategically do it. So if you don't, if you haven't already, just know that your support is needed. It is greatly needed. If you can do it, please do it. We don't always need to have some type of adversity or some type of controversy for us to get fired up about what we're doing. It just seems like when things slow down and when there's a slow news day and when things ain't really popping, we ain't got no lot of bull junk going on, things just kind of die down. And that's kind of the way it goes. But we're going to stay the course, and that's the beauty of these partnerships. That's why we are in partnership with not just the many great organizations and companies that we partner with. I can name some partnerships that we haven't even introduced publicly just yet. We had one of our partners, Chase Bank. Yes, shout out to Chase, who had a great financial literacy meeting today with our football team. We're excited to help bridge that gap with Chase and be able to have Chase partner with Jackson State football, Jackson State student athletes. We got a women's empowerment event coming up with Chase over in March 26th, where we're trying to get all the ladies. So all of the KC-1400 supporters, ladies, hey, we're going to be over at the Mississippi Hall of Fame. And we're going to try to get all of our female ambassadors out there. It's a lot coming, man. It's a lot that's happening. I don't like to just bombard you. We still got socks available. If you didn't catch the socks live, you didn't get your tote. A lot of the folks that ordered socks on the last live stream and got the tote, they've already gotten their tote. They've been dropping it in the chat. So again, somebody drop the link because I don't want to post. I don't want to pin the sock link tonight. I want to pin the sign up link. I want to pin the sign up because we got to stay the course on sign up. We've come to a screeching halt on sign ups, and we just got to get back started. We got to keep it rolling. We got a lot of alums out there that can do far more than what they are doing. So we want to continue to put that out there, continue to push because it's necessary. And we don't want the tote, the little bag. If you weren't on the live stream on Wednesday, you might not know what I'm talking about. But if you want to know what I'm talking about, you got to go back and watch that live stream. But Sick Fit was given out. If you bought a pack of socks in that moment, if you bought a pair of 3-pack of socks, you got a free tote bag. There you go. She said she got her socks. And so you gotta stay locked in with us. You gotta stay tuned in. You never know if you stuff coming all down the pipe. But But shout out to everybody that did support. We appreciate that support. We're going to continue to support, continue to put awesome opportunities in front of you. Listen, we stopped by Cat Head today. That little barrel right there still has Cat Head KC-1400 special edition bottles available. So if you need some Cat Head, you can roll over to Cat Head Cat Head vodka, Cat Head Distillery, and grab you a bottle. Listen, if you want some of that Greenwood whiskey, you can go to greenwoodwhiskey.com. However, you can also go to Jasco Wholesale, which is right there on the screen, 2014 Terry Road, Jackson, Mississippi, 39201. Get your Greenwood if that's what you so choose. PointCityBrewing.com to get your old-fashioned syrup and your Tigerita mix. Click the website, put in your order, they'll get it to you, right? And of course, the Sick Fit socks. These socks are amazing. Today, I was able to outfit every last one of our football ambassadors. I still got some socks for our softball ambassadors as well as our track ambassadors. So all of our athletes received a 3-pack of socks, compliments of obviously the collective. And we greatly appreciate them for what they do. But if you want to order you some socks, man, somebody drop the link in the chat if you don't mind. I'm not going to do it, but I want to just make sure we continue to touch on what it is we're looking to do with this thing. So, yep, the red pair is fire. All of them are fire. There you go. There's the website. Appreciate you, Shanetta. So listen, I think there's less than 100 pair available right now. So if you haven't ordered, go ahead and click the link and order them, and we're gonna sell it out. And then I actually have a box here local. We're gonna have some at the basketball game for those who don't watch the show. We will have some available. So you can stop by the table. You can put in an order. You can get them right there on the spot. I live in Brandon. The store out here has Cat Head. Is it the same as the liquor store? It absolutely is not. It's the same vodka, but if you want to support the collective by way of purchasing. So this is how it works, right? You go to Cat Head, right? So if you just buy the Cat Head vodka, you're just buying Cat Head vodka. But if you want to support the collective and buy the same product for the same pretty much price point, you will be able to pour a few dollars back into the collective. That's how that works. That's how these partnerships work. But nevertheless, hopefully you'll grab it and we'll go from there. So, but anyway, I just wanted to touch on these quick preliminaries before we get Blue on. And we're going to talk all about the HBCU Legacy Bowl. The Legacy Bowl was pretty awesome. I have 6 interviews that I'm going to drop this week. I had an interview. I got a sit-down interview. I didn't get a chance to interview Jimmy Smith. We were going to, and then they called him, and then he had to run and go do some stuff. But nevertheless, got a good, we have some amazing interviews. And we're going to drop Jacobian's interview first thing in the morning. Very extensive interview with Jacobian. He did not play, even though he was invited. He was still recovering from his injury. Is preparing for the HBCU Combine. And yeah, man, would have loved to have seen the general out there. I know Blue is going to join us in just a second. He had a great interview on his channel. If you haven't had a chance to catch that interview, go to the Blue Buzz podcast and check those great interviews out that Blue did. But yeah, man, we're going to talk all about, we'll recap this week, who did themselves some favors while down in New Orleans, and just, and then we'll break it off into the Jack State football signing day recap with Zach McKinnell. You guys have heard my thoughts on the signing class, right? But it's always good to get other perspectives, and Blue is very respected in this college football space. It covers FCS extensively. Jacobian's interview was nice. Yeah, it was nice, man. And I think our interview is like 20-something. It's over 20 minutes or whatnot. But we'll drop those. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Blue up, and then we'll continue this conversation. There he is. What's up, big dog? How you doing, man?
What's good, man? Appreciate the invite, man. It was good catching up in New Orleans. Good to see you, KT Dub, Willie T, man, the whole crew, man.
Yeah, man. It was, man. It's always a treat. I think you got us started, man, with the HBCU Legacy Bowl. You went first, and then we were like, "Hey, how was it?" He's like, "Yeah, man, it was good. I think all of you guys should come." And then we started coming, and we've been coming ever since. It's a pleasure to work with Austin and the JSU media football media team, and but it's always good to see you guys there, man. When did you get to New Orleans this year?
Yeah, so Monday, I wasn't able to get down Monday just because of Mardi Gras. So I got there Tuesday night, man, and then was there till I think Friday morning. I was there all week. I mean, I like you know this, man. I've been to every practice since the first year, man. Like the whole week. I went down. I think what was it? 2022 was the first year of it, man. I was there all the practices. I went to the game the first 2 years, and now I just make sure I'm there for the practice because I think. And Ken, I know me and you have talked about this off camera, man. I think it's more important for more people to be covering the practices than the game, man. The game's on NFL Network, man. Everyone can watch the game.
Yeah.
And it's the practices where the coverage is important, man, because you know this is Senior Bowl. Man, you go on YouTube, there's 900 videos of the one-on-ones of the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
There's if I don't go, there might be one of the one-on-ones from the HBC Legacy Bowl, and those guys like Jeremiah and Quincy and some of these other wide receivers that shine, nobody would be able to find those highlights, and I think it's important.
Very well said, very well put. I know we got down a lot earlier. This year was just, man, from a scheduling standpoint, was just tight. I know for us, it was good to get there. We made it to the Thursday practice. I think Friday was canceled. The Team Robinson practice was canceled, but great point, man. And you were sitting there with someone that I respect quite a bit, Gerald. You know, you guys have been just taking the lead on this thing, man, along with some others. But usually at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, you kind of get everyone kind of broken off into what they're there for, right? Grabbing some content here and there. But let's just start with the main players, and it doesn't have to be just Jackson State centric. I want to talk about so that the audience can understand what players stuck out to you while you were there, just kind of an overall. And we can start with Jackson State, but it's a couple of players that I'm interested in hearing that did themselves some big favors by being in that game over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Even if we didn't start with Jackson State, I think we kind of have to, right? Because of Quincy.
Yep.
And I thought Quincy had probably, outside of maybe Eric Hunter, who we could talk about in just a minute, like I think Quincy might have had the most complete week out of anybody, but it was different, right? Because Eric already went to an all-star game, so Eric Hunter didn't have to prove anything, man. Like he was just there because he wanted to be there to represent HBCUs in the Legacy Bowl.
What
Quincy
other
didn't
game
get
did he play in?
the American Bowl. It was the first year of the American Bowl down, I think, in like Orlando.
Okay.
They're trying to promote it as like a replacement for the NFLPA game, which was canceled, I think, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was
California.
Like the last one was 23. Yep.
Yes. So it's just another one. Plus, with the Hula Bowl going downhill, I think it's good that we have a startup game that potentially could catch on for some of these FCS guys. But Eric went down there, balled out in that game, and it was interesting though with Quincy because. Again, I know me and you have talked about this. He showed his versatility all year, right? He started out early in the season, dominant edge rusher, man. He was on pace for, I mean, he easily could have got to 15 sacks if he would have been a full-time edge rusher. Then the scheme justified him dropping back into coverage some, and he showed that he can play a little bit more off-ball linebacker.
Okay.
At the end of the day, whether you agree or not, that's important for a prospect, man. Like, it's important to show these scouts, like, if we're running a three-man front, can you play that off-ball linebacker? If we got to drop you into coverage, can you do that? And I think it was important talking to Quincy, man, for him to show up at 260. A lot of people look at the roster and just think 240, 245-ish. Bro, he's 260 doing this, man. Like, everything you saw him do this week was at 260. And for him to show he could do it at that weight, I think was really impressive for the scouts. And again, they only had a handful of defensive tackles there, as you know, but Quincy also got the I would say this, like the fact that he got to show his versatility on the inside is massive.
Yeah,
because because you don't want Quincy playing defensive tackle all the time, right? You want him though in like those NASCAR packages, those pass rush packages where you just put 4 defensive ends in and you go get the quarterback. And I think that was important for Quincy to show that, man. So I thought he had a great week.
I think we got somebody that want to be famous tonight that already tuned in. I just want you guys to understand. Don't block them yet. So Jarrell, just pardon me for a second, Blue. Let's have fun with this. Jarrell, I don't have anything to do with why, that brother is not giving you guys whatever you guys are missing. So do yourself a favor. You don't have to come over here and bother me about it. It has nothing to do with me. You don't know me. Trust me, you wouldn't tell me that if you did. See, like social media give you guys a whole lot of courage that you won't do in real life, man. So just, if you're going to be in the chat, if you're going to tune in, just sit down and relax yourself. Enjoy the show. That's all I got on that. So you guys come in the show every single day. Every show, Blue. I get somebody that joined the chat that swear up and down, I got something to do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So free my chat and stop spamming the chat and just be civil. You don't know me, bro. Trust me, you don't know me. You ain't like that. And the internet ain't real life. So I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? We're gonna get back to the show. If you're gonna be in the chat, sit quietly. Be a good boy. Shut the fuck up. All right, Blue. Let's rock. Sorry.
I'm just hoping Quincy gets a shot, man. But outside of Quincy, man, I will say I think Jeremiah did his thing, man. And I talked to Jeremiah about this, so I have no problem saying this publicly, right? He knows how I feel about his game, and I'll say that, Ken, you know how I feel about his game, and I've been the day one supporter of Jeremiah. He is just not getting the pull that, I don't know what I'm missing, Ken. When I watch the film, Jeremiah is not getting any buzz, and I don't know. I really don't know what I'm missing when I watch the film. And I talked to me and Gerald talked about this. Like, I don't know what we're missing, because I saw the day 2 winners list, Ken, and there were some people that didn't have Jeremiah on it. And I told Jeremiah, I watched every single one-on-one on Wednesday. I think that was the second day of practice. And he didn't lose a single rep. Nobody was blocking him the whole day. And we just talked about the defensive tackle shortage. Ken, how many reps did he have to do? I mean, he probably had to go back to back sometimes just because there wasn't enough guys to rotate in. He didn't lose a rep, and I just keep seeing people just overlook Jeremiah, and I don't know what I'm missing there, but, man, he is so good, man. I really do think, Ken, he's going to be one of those guys that just gets a shot somewhere, and he's just going to go take someone's job just because he gets in the building.
I think that Jeremiah, we've heard some, just kind of asking some of I did get a chance to talk to a couple of the scouts and talk to Miss Rashida Liberty, Lady Liberty. And I think measurables may come in question. I think Jeremiah, if not get drafted. Now, I will say this, talking to Coach Taylor and Coach O today, the St. Louis Rams, the LA Rams, I'm sorry.
LA, yeah.
What the hell did I say St. Louis? No, we was talking about somebody being from St. Louis today. But the Rams called today about Quincy and Jeremiah. And so there is interest. I just think Jeremiah, if he gets in a camp, everything gonna speak for itself. He's not gonna get outworked. I just do. I think it might be a situation like my man who was at Morgan last year. What is
Elijah?
Elijah. Yeah. It may be a situation like that. Did not get drafted, undrafted free agent. I think he has a solid agent that's, put him in a good situation, got him out working out there in Colorado. And man, he looked good. He looked good. Great reports. But keep going. I don't want to steal your thunder. I just wanted to hear hear your thoughts on it. But that's good to know, because we like full transparency. And we want to know what's being said. He was PFF. Talk to me about the PFF part when it comes to a Jeremiah, how he was ranked the number 1 D lineman. How does that work in your eyes, and how does that, from your vantage point?
Okay, so there's 3 groups of people in this college football space, Ken. There's people that swear by PFF.
Okay.
There's people who despise PFF. And there's people that just utilize it as one of the tools to analyze players. And I fall in that third category. Like, I don't swear by it, because I've seen some PFF grades where I'm like, turn on the film. Like, what are we watching here, right? Because the hard thing about grading players, Kenny, you'll know this. You don't know what the assignment is for some positions. It's hard to grade defensive backs because, Ken, you don't know what the play call was necessarily. So did they do their assignment? And so that's the question there. I think the thing that Jeremiah did, man, is he just always made the right play. Like, unless you actually go watch the film, man, defensive tackles aren't supposed to pop out in the stat box. He just did his job, man. Like, and so what people don't understand necessarily who haven't played D tackle and don't play offensive line, Jeremiah's job wasn't to go get 10 tackles for loss in a game. Sometimes, and especially in the 3-man front, which Jackson ran sometimes your job as a defensive tackle is just to eat up space. It's to take those double teams, take those triple teams, and what you do is you allow those super athletic linebackers, the Ashton Taylors, to go make a play. And I think that's what gets lost in his film is that, man, yeah, maybe he's not always making the play, Ken. He just always was doing the right thing. And I think that's why he's highly graded, is because a lot of the PFF grades are, do you do your job on any given play? And do you impact the play in some sort of way? And a lot of the times, man, Jeremiah was just eating up space and those linebackers would go make the play. And also Quincy could tell you this. Some of the times he got to go to the quarterback, man, Jeremiah got him that one-on-one on the outside.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
No, because you got to pick your poison, right? Do you double Quincy,
Yeah.
or do you double the defensive tackle? And I'll tell you this, as a guy who played offensive line, we can't allow pressure up the middle, man. We listen, if that edge rusher gets off, man, we could chip him with the running back, but we can't let Jeremiah get instant pressure from the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see Quincy right there. We ate off 99. Like, that's why he's highly graded, Ken. And it's funny, 2 years ago when he was the second highest graded, the number one graded was a kid from UT Martin who did the same thing, man. I think he had like, Ken, I'm not joking, he was an All-American and had like 15 tackles on the year. Because all he did, bro.
He had 50 tackles, man.
And that's hard to do for a D tackle, man. Like,
Very
people
hard,
don't
bro.
know. You got to get it out of the mud, especially with him playing some nose as well. Like, man, it's hard to make plays on the interior, man, because you're getting beat up play after play. Like, he's one of the only defensive players, man, that gets hit every single play. And by multiple people, right? He's never gets a one-on-one on the interior, especially after last year, right? You asked when I did the anonymous coach interviews, how many head coaches in the SWAC said, man, if I got one player to pick, I'm taking 99. Or I'm taking 0. 99 was his number this weekend, but I'm taking 0 from Jackson.
Taking 0. Jackson State. Yep.
So I don't like, that's what, and you heard me and Gerald talk about, like, we actively discuss it. If me and Gerald are high on a player, because we do the draft rankings and stuff together for the website, if we're high on a player and we aren't getting the feedback on that player, we sit down and we're like, all right, man, like, what are we missing in this film? Like, why are we higher on the player than him? And Quincy's one of those guys for us where we both really like Quincy. It was just, man, like, until this week, I really didn't understand why he wasn't getting the hype. But, and then the last Jackson State guy, before we shift to other people, I was really impressed with Davenport.
Come on, man. I thought I just wanted to see him run the ball more. I thought the big run that was brought back in the game that was because of the holding penalty or whatever it was, he lost a lot of yards. But keep going. I thought Davenport looked good.
He's got the pass blocking down. He's got the physicality down. And I like the ability to make plays inside the box. What I mean by that is when he gets in traffic, he finds a way. He just reads. He reads it. All he needs is a crease, man. He can get up out of there. And I like that's just something you can't teach in a running back sometimes, man. They either have that instinct or they don't. And we talked about this on another show I was on earlier this week is, man, how many teams in the SWAC camp would he have been RB1 at?
That's a good question.
I would say I could name 6 right now off the top of my head. Minimum.
Maybe not. I mean, Trey Holly's probably still going to be RB1 at Southern.
I think he would have competed for RB1 at PV. He would have at least been in the rotation with that freshman they had. He was good. Listen, the Bingman kid was good. But
is it Brigman or Bingman?
Yeah, Bingman. Chase Bingman.
Chase Bingman.
I think he would have started at Texas Southern.
Yep.
I think he starts at Valley.
Of course. Does he start at Alcorn?
Oh, I don't know, because they had 2 kids that were really good.
I think I like Davis.
Yeah,
I like
Davis is good. And
then you Davis come from UT Martin or something like that? I think he came
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. Yeah, that's what it was.
And then they also had the kid from last year that had like almost 1,000 yards that came back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I don't know about Alcorn, but he would have started at Valley, Texas Southern. I think he would have started at Grambling this year. I think he starts at Bethune this year.
Yep.
I think he starts at FAM this year.
Yep.
Alabama A&M he starts.
Yeah.
I mean, so he starts for a majority of SWAC schools.
I agree with that.
Or at least is in the 2 deep, right? Man, but you look at what Jackson had with Terrell, with Ahmad, and I'm blanking on the kid's name that wears like 30 something. You had him carries. And Dalen was the edge rusher. I don't remember the D tackle's name, but he was the edge rusher that ate off of him, right? He was their Quincy that ate off the double teams, the triple teams that kid was taking. But I mean, there was just so many carries to go around, Ken. I think Davenport, it actually helps him here, Ken, because we talk about running back shelf life in the NFL.
Yeah.
He really hasn't taken a ton of carries.
He hasn't, man. Went through some injury stuff prior to. Great interview with him, man. I'm telling you guys, y'all just hang tight for the Davenport interview. It was very touching, I must say.
He's going to get into a camp, Ken. He ain't going to be drafted, right? He just doesn't have the production or nothing for that. But he's going to get to a camp, or he's going to go to a secondary league. He's going to get in the CFL, get in the UFL, and I think he's going to get him a spot, man. He didn't pop for me at practice, Ken. I'll be honest with you. I never had him as a winner any of the days there. But I thought in the game, man, he really showed that he's just a gamer. And if you just need a workhorse to go get you some yards, man, like Davenport checks that box for me.
I agree, man. I really do agree. Anything on Towns, Blue, or Reed? How did they do from your thoughts?
So, I thought Reed had a solid week, man. I'll be honest. It's tough for linebackers unless you're just like do something insane to really pop out. And I don't think Reed's a big cover guy, in my opinion. And it's hard in practice, man, when you're not going full speed all the time to really pop if you're a Reed Pulliam. I am curious. I think Reed makes his money. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to the showcase in about a week or so. I really want to see what that 40 is like. That's my last kind of question mark for him, because I think on tape, he looks super athletic. He goes and makes plays, but I really want to know what he runs. And I think that's going to determine kind of where I have him. I thought Towns had a solid week, man. It's just, I'll be honest, again, it's really, really hard for offensive linemen to have a good week at a game like this because, man, those one-on-ones are just set up for defensive ends and defenders to eat. And how many times is a guy like Towns Blue going to block a guy like Quincy on the inside? You're not going to get that matchup very often in the game. But I thought out of all the team, Robinson offensive lineman, him and the kid from Bama State probably were the two most consistent throughout the week.
Okay.
The tackle, I think, is Cameron
what
Smith.
Number was it?
75.
Yeah, he was the one that got the freaking penalty that the Davenport's run was brought back on. Okay, that's why I asked the number. Okay, so given your thoughts on the Jackson State players, who were some of the other players that jumped out? I know Eric Hunter. I think is Eric Hunter's getting drafted, you think?
If there's going to be an HBCU player drafted, I think it's him.
Okay. That's why
I think right now, coming out of the Legacy Bowl, man, because this shifts as we get more data, and we'll see after the showcase. I think my top 3 HBCU prospects right now would be Eric Hunter, Gerard Washington from South Carolina State, who went to the Shrine Bowl. He would be my other pick for a potential draft pick.
That the dude that beat up Prairie View?
Yes.
Oh, is that the DB?
No, it's the DB. It's the one that had the I want to say he had maybe a pick in that game or a big PBU. He wants the DB getting burnt. I'll say that. He wants
everything about the DB. I'm thinking about the wide receiver, number 23.
He was down there this week. Yeah, he was good. But no, it's the DB. And I mean, man, I think he had like 20 plus pass breakups this year, Ken, which is insane.
Wow.
For a defensive back, man. 2 interceptions this year, if I'm not mistaken, was a consensus All-American. Like him and Eric would be my 2 best shots to get drafted. And then my 3rd prospect would be Quincy right now. I think those would be my top 3 if I was releasing a top 3. And I don't know if Quincy's going to get drafted, man, but I think, like you said, he's a guy that's going to be a UDFA, a priority UDFA.
Yeah.
And I think all 3 of those guys, if they don't get drafted, man, they will take someone's job come next year in the NFL.
I love it, man. I love it. I do. Last thoughts on the Legacy Bowl, man. We like I said, we appreciate you being here to give us your thoughts. I think what I was there for. They will see it throughout the week because we will drop all 6 interviews this week. I can tell you now, I'm not going to do a Friday show. I'm going to have the strength coach on Wednesday, and I'm picking my spots, man. But yeah, final thoughts on the Legacy Bowl. Anything else you want to share and touch on?
Yeah, man. I
Anything?
think James Stewart, Tennessee State, really, really liked what I saw from him this week, man. I
That's
was
Edge guy?
yeah, edge rusher from Tennessee State, man.
Yep.
I really liked what I saw throughout the week, and then 2 D2 guys, man.
What about my man's that was South Carolina State edge rusher, man? Was it number 11?
Oh yeah, Lunds from the game, yeah, for sure, yeah, man. And kid, man, he got banged up during the week, like day one. Like I think he got. They were talking about him maybe having to sit out, and the fact that he was able to come back, maybe not even at 100%, and do that,
He looked good.
insane.
He looked good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this about what about the running back from Virginia Union? He didn't play. He won HBCU Black College Football Player of the Year award. You don't think he's getting drafted?
No, listen.
He's like, no.
Okay, so listen. Everyone knows how.
Go ahead, let it out.
Everyone's open for criticism here, man. And I try to keep it fair on all sides. Bro, if you're a D2 kid and your agent tells you you're too good to participate in an all-star game, fire your agent. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, man.
I know the kid ran for 10,000 yards this year, but like, Ken, we're talking about a D2 kid being too locked in. Like, there's no way that you felt comfortable enough to sit out. I just hate that advice, man. Like, I don't know. I thought he could have benefited from playing this week, but he did. Like, Gerald told me he went down to the American Bowl. I heard the week was okay. He didn't really show anything huge, but man, he could have been a staple this week, right? And Ken, they didn't even have enough running backs. Remember that last day they were telling us they had to move the Alcorn back to the other team.
That's why the Alcorn back went to the other team.
Yeah.
So this is my thing, Blue. I don't take away the experience from the young men. I'm just saying, man. It's a listen. The turnout. What's your thoughts on the turnout of the fans that came, man? You can say it was because of the boom, but man, I'm loving the fact that fans are coming to the HBCU Legacy Bowl. That side it looked good, man. It was a great turnout, man. I thought it was really good, a really good support down there this time around, man. But I would have loved to have seen. The reason I say that, Blue, is because you're coming from a D2. You know those games aren't televised like that. Nobody's really seeing that. If you're not covering it and sharing it through highlights via social media, the average HBCU fan is not going to be able to see it. And I think, what chance are we going to get to really see the Black College Football Hall of Fame Player of the Year, other than a game like that? If he's down there, I would have loved to have talked to him and just got his thoughts on, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to play.
I don't know, man. One, for the fan support thing, going back to that, like you asked, I just hope it keeps growing, man, because this game is important. Like, these opportunities are drying up for these HBCU FCS guys. The Hula Bowl's going down. We talked about the NFLPA being disbanded. Those Senior Bowl invites, if you have noticed, have been getting real scarce for HBCU FCS guys. And same with Shrine. And this game's important, man. Like, it really is. And I would really hope that just not even fans, man, even media, man. We need more media coverage. We need more fans there. And I really do think it's important to support the event, man, because there was a time, I'll be honest, Ken, like behind the scenes about 2 years ago, they were talking about getting rid of it. Like, there were some talks about people being real critical of the game. And I'm really glad that we've kind of got this resurgence. I would like the combine to be the same week as the game, but I get why they moved it because of the opt-outs and everything. But I do think the game's important, man. The only thing I ask is, man, can we please get some helmets with the just let the players wear their helmets, man. It's so hard in practice sometimes if you don't have the actual roster to highlight
Watching that game Saturday, I was like, I'm like, get to the replay. I'm looking for that little logo on the side. Who was number 4 play for? Who the hell did McCall play for? I didn't have a. Who was McCall playing for? Number 4, the wide receiver that was on Team Robinson.
For Team Robinson, number 4. Kentucky State.
Kentucky State. Okay. I know Team Gaither had the wide receiver from Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was until they put it up there. There are some
Proctor.
things that can be done. I think, let me say this too about that. I think the Legacy Bowl needs to, if you're going to have, I love Shaq Harris and Doug Williams. I love them dearly. I think they're great I think they're doing some amazing things, but I think they need to recruit more youth to handle a lot of, if it's not happening. I think some of the younger, newer Hall of Fame inductees, put a little bit more oomph to it. It's a lot of ideas we were throwing around behind what can actually happen, but you got to be open to it though. So glad it's not over with. But I think that's a really good point, Blue. What if they put the logo on the opposite side? You just saying like let them wear their own helmet. A lot of those schools don't want to let them do it.
That's what I heard. Okay, so that's what I heard, and the question becomes like, man, like all these kids are like you can't trust these kids to take it for a week.
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
come on, man. Like we're not saying because these kids aren't transferring. These kids aren't like you're not sending a kid that has discipline issues. You know what I mean? Like those are the type of kids that are being represented here. Like these kids are the top prospects, and maybe even if you don't do it again, like let's just say you want to keep the white and black helmets, man. Like take the HBCU Legacy Bowl logo off and just put the team logo on each side. That would be even easier.
There you go. That's a good point. I think that's
it's really just hard, cool, man. Like, because I was trying to label the videos that I was uploading, man. And I was sitting there pausing and trying to rewind and see the numbers and try to catch the little logo on the back left. I'm like, man,
is that like impossible. A program with a roster?
Yeah, they emailed an updated roster every day. The media girl who's running it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay no attention. I stayed up in the little press, but let me tell you, I was admiring the stadium, man. As someone, as a fan of Jackson State. And an alum and supporter. Look, man, I think the Yeoman Stadium on Jackson State's campus would be perfect. I'm gonna just be real.
Great stadium.
Come on, man. I would love that.
Or
stadium.
South Alabama's like that was my best comparison. Like I love going to the Senior Bowl.
With an opening though. I want that opening. I don't want it closed off. Give me something open because it gives you the opportunity to grow if you'd like to. That's the only thing.
Yeah, because like where Tulane's is, like they can't expand at all, man. Like they are locked.
They got.
That's what you get right there. Yeah, like you would have to build straight up from where they are.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. So yeah, man. I think I thought it was really good stuff, man. I really do. I thought it was a good time. We enjoyed it. It was great to be back down there. So now, man, let's transition. I know you talked about Jack State's roster, man. I'm sure we're not going to go through every one of them. We can approach it as you as you choose to. Maybe you got some guys that stick out for you. But hold on one second. Let me put this up here real quick. There we go. All right, let's transition to it. So you wanted to touch on Jackson State signing day. So, and I'm sure you've had you've been keeping up with what the SWAC is doing. I'll answer that question on the back end. Got a chance to talk to some folks from Southern, which is some crazy stuff going on with their new coach.
Ooh, yeah, no kidding on that one, man. Pool parties, mysterious Instagram posts. I mean,
oh man, Blue, they didn't understand. If you didn't learn anything from Jackson State, it ain't as easy as it looks. Trust me. You're handling a famous celebrity coach, man. But anyway, let's transition, man. Like I said, appreciate your comments on the Legacy Bowl. Let's talk about Jackson State brought in 39 new signees, high school, and some transfer portal guys. At the National Signing Day, we introduced everyone collectively. I'll let you delve into it how you choose to. Where you want to start at?
Man, listen, I think the number one guy that stands out to me was Jalen Foster, personally.
Oh, really?
From what I was looking at, I think that kid, I think that kid could be really good.
All right.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? It's kind of cheating for a player comp. He's a little bit taller than him, and I don't think he weighs as much, right? Like he's taller but doesn't weigh as much. As kind of reminds me of like how he plays the same role as Trevor Randall played for ULM and went to PV last year and had a really big year for them. And because both coming from ULM, they played the same type of position.
Yep.
At ULM, and man, guys, like this kid started last year. Multiple games for ULM and played, I think, 250 plus snaps. I will say this: I'm curious to see what safety spot Jackson plays him at because I think he can play free, he can play the strong, and can he play star? Well, I call it star. I don't know if Jackson has a different name for it. It's star, nickel, whatever you want to call it. More like an in the box hybrid type safety. I'd be
Yeah.
curious on where they put him, man. And the thing that sticks out to me when I watch this film, Ken, he's only about 6 foot 175 according to what he's listed as, and we know how these players are listed with some of these schools. We saw Pavia come in 6 inches shorter than Vandy had him listed on the roster.
Man.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you know,
I thought
never know.
Pavia was at least 6 feet. I thought he was at least 6 feet.
No, kid, he looked like a youth player at the Senior Bowl, man. When I was there, I was like, "Who is that? Like, what is going on?"
But the kid is a baller, though, man.
Oh yeah, just a playmaker, man. But like with Foster, the thing that stands out to me about him, man, like when you look at his measurables, it's like 6 foot 170. Kid, man, this kid's an elite tackler.
Very strong too, man. He's very strong. One of the strongest in his position group in the weight room from reports that we've gotten. Shout out to Jalen, man. I wasn't sure where you would go, and I'm always curious because I know what I see. I know what I go and look at and take a look at, but I trust your eyes, man. Your eyes have been very consistent. So, but keep going. I mean, steal your thunder.
Yeah, I think Foster starts for y'all next year. I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe I'm out ahead of the curve on that one, but I think he's a starter next year.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. Now, listen. The funny thing is, TC could be watching this laugh and being like, "Nah, man, yeah."
I don't think I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. I don't know if they're on defense. Cam Salas, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Cam Salas is a starter for sure.
Yes,
That's
instant starter.
Yeah. That's all I got, man.
I mean, because
it's funny, and this is no disrespect to anyone. I'm not gonna cry. This is what I'm not gonna do in 2026. Everything has to be proven on the field and earned on the field. I've seen the film, whatever. I love this brother that's right next to him. I love Swipe. I think Swipe is going to be very, very impactful for us. But we got to go see it on the field. Right now, it's conditioning.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, because if I'm not mistaken, you also is Chisholm back at corner for you guys too?
Yeah, he is.
KJ, yeah.
Yeah, KJ Chisholm back. Kamari Rogers is back.
Yep.
So, which is, I know he entered the portal, but returned. Got a lot of DBs, man.
Yeah,
Mike Smith is back, right? You got guys that got reps, man, and Cam Hardy returns from injury from Northwestern State. He didn't play the season simply because he went down with an injury. He's back, but when you bring in Swipe Marshall, you bring in a Jalen Foster, you bring in a Tyrese Buffkins, you bring in I got to go back.
There's a lot, man. Y'all got like 20 deep.
Johnson. I mean, there's a ton of kids, man, that I think have an opportunity to start. Samson Israel at the cornerback position, transferred from Memphis. That's another name that's out there that you can.
Both of them are on my list.
DJ Hillsmith, another one, that we don't know. We don't know.
I think it was a position though. Like you guys have some returning talent, but I think it's safe to say that even the guys in the room know this. Like that they got to step up their game at times, man. There were some times where I think that unit as a whole felt like they could play better, and I think you heard that from the DC, TC, and the players that when you interviewed them. And so I do think it's good. Like D said in the chat, man. Like good competition equals better play on game day. Got to raise the that's what people don't get, man. Sometimes you just need to raise the floor of the room, maybe the ceiling, and then by raising the floor, you raise the ceiling, right? Because not everyone can fit in that little space. I will say this with Swipe, I do like him. The only concern I have is, man, like if they just got to keep him healthy. That's the one thing that's kind of held him back because he had that big 2023, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, where he was really, really good, man. It's just the past 2 years he's been banged up with injuries. If he can be healthy, though, he's a guy, though, Ken, that has experience playing corner, safety, the nickel spot. Like he's played everywhere in the secondary over the past 3 years. If they can get him healthy, man, even if he doesn't start right, but let's say you guys had a bunch of injuries last year, what happens if a guy goes down, man? Would you rather put Swipe in, who has what 30 get like who's been around for what 3+ years at the FBS level? I'd
Yeah.
rather have him go in than a true freshman. That's a huge difference when you talk about depth at a position. So I really, really like Swipe. And you mentioned Israel too, man. Like, I mean, what he played 200+ snaps in Memphis last year, started 2 games last year, has
Yeah.
production at the JUCO level. The
Yep.
only thing I'm curious, I do want to see what he comes in at near the season, kid. I want to say Memphis had him at like 160. That's a little light. Like, I like my corners 170 plus. Like, once you get down that 160 range, but I just get concerned when you go up because you know how it is, man. You've seen Jonas manhandle some of these corners in the SWAC, man. Like, you can't at the end of the day, man. I don't care how hard you work out, man. Sometimes physics are just physics.
Facts.
And so I'll be curious to see what he actually is.
I think you will see them all get stronger and present a much more physically fit frame this year. I absolutely believe that. I think the work that they're putting in, Blue, is I was hella impressed, man. I'm listen, I have retired my blue and white glasses. I have. Especially after losing the Prairie View. Let me just be straight up about something, Blue. We got our ass kicked in that game. The score didn't dictate it, but we got literally bullied in that game at the point of attack. Go watch SWAC championship. We got out physicaled. Just was what it was. We had some. It just was what it was. I don't think with the work that they're putting in, I think the preparation is to not allow that to happen again. To have some fresh eyes with a fresh plan. Love Coach Beef, and I think both sides needed a fresh start. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened. But when it comes to just physicality, preparation, you're going to see us be faster, tougher, stronger. That's why I'm excited to have Coach Trey on. It's going to be his introduction to Tiger Nation. And it just was what it was, man. So
it was funny. Kind of speaking on that SWAC championship, man. I did get to talk to PV's quarterback at the Legacy Bowl. Just me and him chopping it up after practice. And he even said it. Yeah, like Cam was even like, bro, like I didn't expect to run that play so many times, but he said it got to the point where it just, why wouldn't we run it? He was like, man, it just kept working. So he's like, I went to the sideline. He was like, man, we just said we're just gonna keep running it. And I mean, because even he said it, he was like, man, we didn't think we were gonna be able to run like that on him. And I mean, me and you had this conversation off, like we've talked about this, but I just want to say, like, even Cam Peters was a little bit surprised. And I think that shows you, man, like you just never know sometimes with this game, man. Like sometimes it's like one thing you catch on film, man, that can change everything. Just one little tendency.
It's quarterback power, Blue.
I know, I get you. Listen, sometimes you just gotta.
I'm just like, goodness, bro.
I was so frustrated watching that game. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't even root for anyone in the game. And I just get mad for the fan base, man, because I get how y'all feel. Because like I just like watching good football. I remember I was so mad I'm
gonna tell you what it felt like, Blue. For all of my Street Fighter folks, you know who I fight with? E Honda. I don't have all the arsenal, bro. I'm just going 100 hand slap shit out of you the whole match. They're like, man, do something else. No, it's working. I'm going to slap you. You jump. I might move and kick and then, you know what I'm saying? It was like, bro, I hate playing this dude because all he going to do is the same thing. Or if you get Chun-Li and she do the, what do you call it? The 100-leg kick or something, whatever. whatever, But yeah, man, that's what it felt like. It was like if they drop back, take off. If they blitz, throw it.
That's it. That was the simplest scheme of all time. Speaking of which, though, just because I know people in the chat are probably like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing about this game. It didn't happen.
It's painful all over again.
Yeah.
But let me say this, though. Let me add this before you go, Blue. I talked to our coach today. Man, he said he on some 2024 type stuff, man. He just locked in. He don't care about none of that stuff. He's just like, man, look, he want to dominate everybody, bro. I like that version. I like that version.
Yeah.
because the standard is a standard, and I think we needed what we got, and I think we'll be better from it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I wish people could because we joked about it. Everyone hears Tremaine and Chinnis talk in front of the camera. I wish they got to see TC. I wish people would get to see TC when you talk to him off camera, man, because he's just as confident, man. People sleep on it, but I mean, can talk about the defensive tackle spot though, man. I think y'all signed 2 guys that are going to be really good.
Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, Rob Adamson and Terrence Hibbler.
Come on now. Talk to
Listen,
me. We'll start with Terrence. I like
man,
the man Stump right here, Keyshawn Hudson as well. But Terrence Hibbler, let's talk, man. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you want me to say, bro? 6'3", 310?
Yeah, 4-star former 5A defensive player of the year.
Yeah. Had like 90 tackles from the defensive tackle spot, bro. That is unbelievable.
People want to know, how does Jackson State get a player like that? Look, click the link. It's signed, it's pinned to the chat. That's all I'm gonna say. Click the link. Jeremiah Williams' cousin, by the way. Same high school.
Oh, really?
Same exact award. Jeremiah Williams was the 5A Defensive Player of the Year for the state of Mississippi. But Jeremiah Williams was a two-star. And he had hella potential. Coach Jeff Weeks and Coach Prime, Coach O. And then he comes in and he developed into what he is now. Terrence comes to us by way of Mississippi State. Could have been at Oregon, but, hey, man. Hey, it is what it is.
Relationships.
We're happy to have him, bro. And I think he's going to absolutely wreak havoc on the SWAC this year. I really do. That's my
and I told you this when Towns Blue committed, and he ended up, listen, it came true. Terrence is going to be first team all SWAC before he leaves Jackson.
I agree.
I'm telling you, it could be this year. I think he could. His ceiling can, and obviously not everyone always lives up to the ceiling, right? And even if he doesn't reach this, man, just halfway is really good. I think his ceiling is best defensive tackle in the SWAC.
It is.
I really do think that's where it is.
That's not cap, man. That's not overselling. I just think I was blown away that we were able to even get Terrence Hibbler. Terrence Hibbler could have very easily stayed at Mississippi State and started for him. You know what I mean? I know he played some, he was in the rotation at Mississippi State last year. And I think he's going to be dominant, especially with our new D-line coach, Coach Ray Quan. Coach Ray will be on next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue these guests popping up, and we're gonna continue to do what we do. But keep going, man. Keep going.
Yeah.
It actually went under the radar. Let me one more thing. I didn't mean to step on you, Blue. You know why Terrence Hibbler's signing went under the radar?
Why is that?
Because D. Corey sees death.
Oh, it was right at the same that,
That's what happened. We were grieving heavily, man, and I don't even think we were on the show. And then he just dropped it. Bam. So I think the fans we all were just still, grieving. And then it just kind of happened at a time when most people weren't paying attention. So I think if all things were, and I think even if he was still with us, he would have done a really good job of helping us to magnify that signing. So I'm glad it's under the radar. I've seen him just put in his work since he's been there. Quiet worker, man. He does the work. Take the coaching. Great attitude, which is something that I love. Really good attitude. Go ahead.
And he's still young. I don't think people realize this kid's still he's gonna be a redshirt sophomore this year.
Yep.
That's insane, man. You could have this kid for another 3 years, right? And so I think that's what's missed in this. And Ken, when you're analyzing transfer portal classes, it's hard, right? Because not everyone's going to have production. It's just impossible, right? Because if they were producing at a high level, they're probably not transferring, right? Like a kid who's all SEC Mississippi State is not transferring to the FCS level. It just isn't happening. So you get these guys like this, they don't have a ton of production, man. But I always tell people, give me the kid that has high potential that hasn't produced. Give them to me as a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore. I don't want the kid that's a fifth-year senior, man, and has spent 5 years on the bench, right? I don't want that kid. That's a risk. that you're searching for lottery tickets now. But a guy like Terrence Hibbler, man, it's not that he's a bust. It's he hasn't had a chance, Ken.
Yep.
And so you literally can get these guys, and that's what I've kind of noticed across the FCS, man. It's these young kids that come down and become stars, man. I think that's why, and everyone knows this, is like you said, everyone will accuse you of having blue and white glasses and everything like that. But man, I've told y'all when I don't think a guy's good. Like I've went out there on a little bit like, yeah,
if they listening, I tell them too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, they don't catch all the clues sometimes, so they don't catch all the hits.
Yeah, it's tough for me sometimes to just be like, yeah, he ain't it.
Yeah,
I have to rely on others, but it's not that we'll just keep it moving. We'll be kind, because I got to be in there with the kids, and I ain't trying to do that. Parents and stuff, people watching and all that good stuff. So, but there's a way to do everything. But keep going. I mean, whatever she got on Terrence, I just think he's gonna be hell, man, this year
he's gonna be good. And I know y'all got players coming back, because I think someone in the chat says Stanley's coming back, Wayne's coming back.
Stanley and Wayne were the only two that we had returned, by the way.
And I'll say this, like, it don't really matter who's, like, I think listed starters on the defensive line might be a little bit overrated at times, depending on how often you like to rotate, because especially when you got guys that size, man, like, sometimes you don't want your D tackle playing 60 snaps a game, right? You want to try to rotate those guys in and out. So it's good to have this depth. And that's why you get a guy like Rob Adamson, who redshirt freshman at Monmouth, played over 200 plus snaps, was in the rotation for a team that was pushing for a CAA championship, but should have probably been in the playoffs if they don't lose their starting quarterback, man. This team won 9 games in the CAA. And up until Derek Robertson got hurt, man, they were going to win the CAA. That's how good they were. They didn't lose till their starting quarterback went out. All-American quarterback, by the way. And then, Ken, who they have behind them? A freshman. A big drop-off there. A guy that's throwing for 400 yards a game. You lose him, redshirt freshman. They just ran it. That's what it is. But he's a guy, Ken, he has experience playing the nose already. He has experience playing the shade, experience playing the 3. He can play all those different interior positions. And another guy who has a high ceiling, young, but that just being a young player, right? 6'2", 295 plus. And I think just watching him on film, and I'll have to see him in person before I can confirm this, but just based on the film I've seen on him, I think he can carry more than 290.
Yeah. I want to say it's probably going to be around 295. I just think from what Coach Ray wants out of these guys, I think he wants them to be strong, but yet agile at the same time, to be able to move around. I think it's pretty cool to see. He's very similar to Callie James, bro. Very similar. I know they're tight, they're close. Coach Ray is just a workhorse, man. Super excited about what he's trying to do. He's teaching them the technique already. Installs every time I seem like I go to Jackson State now. He has a group of D tackles out there just techniquing them, working them. You know what I mean? And just and there's no practices yet. I know that camp starts next month, so I'm excited to see how that's going to go. But I think Rob had really good film. You can how you can see some D tackles and you don't see that fire, you don't see that agility within the. I thought his agility jumped off the film while looking at his tape. I'm talking about within a close radius, inside. In the gaps, man, on defense, he was moving at a fast speed of pace, a fast pace of speed, So I'm anxious to see what he does, man. I thought he had great film. I really did. I think he's putting in some really good work in the weight room. We're going to see what happens. We got a lot of D tackles, man, that we signed, a ton. And it's up to them to determine who does the rotation. They're gonna be the ones to decide.
Yeah, got to earn your spot, man. I think that's the I guess that's the thing I'm most curious to see about Jackson's spring practices is who emerges in some of these positions, man, that y'all loaded up. Because like you said, I mean, would it surprise you if I told you Rob started? Would it surprise you if I told you Terrence started or Stanley or any of? I mean, like you'd be like, yeah, I can see that if they do this, this, and this, right? And so I think you guys got multiple starters there. And I think everyone knows I like to pick an offensive lineman, man. I got to highlight the O lineman in everyone's class. Melvin Collins.
Come on.
Listen, and you know this. Me and
Yeah.
KT Dub probably spent an hour talking about Melvin Collins down in New Orleans, man. Shout out to KT Dub, but I mean,
shout out to my boy Frank Terry, by the way, man. Frank, if you're watching, you know, Frank hit me up. Just a true blue tiger, man. I think this is his godson, and he let us know that he was entering the portal. Hey, man, that's all we needed to do. I went and looked at the film, played 13 games for Western Kentucky. I was like, we need him. Now, this was even before, you know, I thought Bam was coming back, but, you know, this is before Mason hit the portal and well, maybe around the time he did. So, no, this was before Mason hit the portal because Mason waited until school started back and then he hit the portal. But go ahead. Let's talk about Melvin Collins.
versatility, man. Yeah, versatility. That's the thing I've really value for offensive line, especially in today's game, man. Like, you got to be able to play multiple positions, man. He has time at guard, he has time at tackle, and I think he can play either one. Now, I'll be curious to see where Jackson wants to play him because I know you guys have a few guys coming back on the offensive line, but I think y'all have a spot open at tackle and guard, man. So I think he's going to be like might be the swing guy. Like, because if you think back,
Coach Manny requires them all to be able to be versatile. He does. They're gonna have to play inside and outside. Now, this is an interesting line, Blue, because I can't really say. I know Quay is a tackle.
oh yeah,
DQ
never moving inside. The prototypical tackle.
Guard. Jaquan can play tackle and guard. Aiden can play inside. He can play center. Man, it's gonna be interesting. This is what I can't outside of Quay and Alex Buena, you know, he's going to be your center. I don't know if he's starting or not or whatever, but it's up to them. They're going to have to determine, you know, but I think Melvin can play inside and outside.
Yeah. You know who if he develops, he kind of can do what Kirk Ford did for you guys. Where if you remember when they got
this is why this is old lady. That's right, sis. How you doing? She said he's not watching tonight. Well, tell my boy I said, what up?
But if you remember that offensive line with Kirk and Evan, and when y'all had the injuries, and they were and Kirk and Evan were able to switch around different positions.
Yep.
Melvin can offer that sort of type of versatility where he doesn't offer a drop off wherever he goes. Now, I haven't seen him in person. I'll be curious like how long his arms are. And because that will kind of determine where like his future projections are in terms of getting to the next level. But 200 snaps played, man, 0 sacks allowed, 0 pressures allowed last year.
One thing that stood out, Blue, before we went to the Legacy Bowl, KT Dub can vouch for this. We were supposed to leave at 8:30, but you know, I'm not putting all of Austin's business out there. First of all, we left late, and then we got down the highway, Blue, and we was like, oh snap, we left somebody. We got to turn around. So we had to turn around and go. It was like, what y'all leave? He was like, yeah, we left a person. It was like, I'll leave a whole person. But nevertheless, I said to say this. While we were waiting for them to get prepared, Coach TC and Coach Owen was like, hey, we're finna go to the weight room. Y'all coming? So he's like, yeah, we rolled over, went in the weight room, and we just watched them work. Let me tell you something, man. Just the intangibles that stood out. The operation was impressive to watch. Speaks a lot to the, you know, obviously to the new strength coach, but the other group comes in, you know, get a little noisy. They get to talking. You know, who was very, very vocal about making sure that it was order in the room? Melvin Collins. I absolutely freaking love that stuff. I looked at coach and said, oh yeah, it's my kind of guy right here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, tone it down, guys. You know, like, and it's instantaneous. Like it's different from last year. Last year was very cliquish, a lot of pouting, a lot of egos. Like it just was, man. And them guys know. I was very, you know, straightforward about that when talking to them directly. But we had some issues. It was great to see the leadership qualities. I think Melvin can be a team captain. I don't know who is going to be a captain, but I think he has all the attribute of makeup for what you look for in the team captain. I just wanted to throw that in there because we got a chance to see it. I thought it was pretty good to see. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you want your offensive linemen to be the leaders.
Yep.
I mean, because at the end of the day, man, those are usually, and this is no outside of the quarterback, your offensive line are usually those mature guys, the smart, like they're like they call them the nerds of the offense most of the time, right? Like, because you got to be smart to play offensive line. I always tell people that, like, people sleep on how smart you got to be to play O line. There's a
Hmm.
lot that goes into playing offensive line. That, I mean, just in terms of, because you got to think of how many times are you watching a game and the front changes unexpectedly. The
Yep.
defense shifts, man, that changes everything for the
It
depending on
does.
the blocking scheme you're in.
It
Oh,
does.
and then man, you see how fancy these defenses have gotten, all the different disguise blitzes and everything. Yeah, man, like, yeah, I mean, I know you were more of a basketball guy, but man, you
Yep.
know how it is as an athlete, man, you got to make those decisions in seconds. And
I
you
get it.
snap that ball and they flip everything and this safety and linebacker don't come and the defensive tackle twist, man, you gotta be communicating on the fly. So that's why you want your O-line to be leaders, man, because you gotta talk, gotta communicate, you set the tone of the team. So I do like hearing that. And I saw someone ask about him in a zone blocking scheme. He's gonna be fine in a zone blocking scheme. I know Western Kentucky has some zone blocking scheme. Um, in their system. I will say this, he is a little bit, just based on my film watching, and we'll see how he develops. He's a better pass blocker right now than he is run blocker, in my opinion. I
Okay.
think he's more comfortable as a pass blocker, and I
I
do
think
want to see him
Jared would
develop.
be totally fine with that.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. That listen, keep the sophomore clean, man, in the pocket. That's all you want, man. Because you know how it is with the average fans too, Ken. Even if a guy's an average run blocker, if he don't allow no sacks, he's elite to the fans. Because guess what? He's never responsible for that quarterback hitting the ground,
That's
and the
facts.
fans love him. And so, pass block is where you get that fame. But I do want to see how he develops as a run blocker, man. I do think there's a lot more upside to him as a run blocker. Also, too, Western Kentucky does like to throw the football a lot, so
Yeah,
needed
that's
him
what
to be
I
a
say.
really yeah, you needed him to be an elite pass blocker. So he's the guy, Ken, that I look at on y'all's offensive line room that I think he has so much upside, and I really do expect him to start this year. I know I said the same thing about Towns Blue when he got there, and everyone was like, "Man, that O line room is pretty loaded," and we saw what Towns Blue became. I think he's a starter this year. I don't know what spot because he's played everywhere, but I do think he's going to be one of those five that start. And I would be very surprised if he wasn't. And then the last two guys, man, I think it's those linebackers. And you heard me and KT Dove go back and forth on this
Mm.
repeatedly. Christian Aiken and Micah Gay. Those are the two guys.
How did I know you was gonna say that in that order?
Here you go. Even put the graphics together, man. Like, and it's funny, Ken, because I do think they complement each other really well.
Yep.
And you'll understand what I'm saying here. Micah, a little bit, I wouldn't say undersized, but he's not your prototypical 225 plus linebacker, right? He's more that what 210,
Yeah, 210,
215 range.
215, maybe. Yeah.
But he's super athletic. He's not a coverage liability, which is good for when you want to go into like those nickel dime packages. You can keep him on the field, trust him not to get burned up by the running back or tight end. But the downside to that is he's probably not big enough to step into an edge rusher role, right? Where you probably can't walk him down the line and rush him off the edge. But that's what you have Christian Aiken for, because you probably can do that with him,
You
because he's
can.
probably more 225, 230, even 235. I think he could carry. They complement each other perfectly, man. I think these two guys are going to anchor the middle of this defense, and I expect them to both push for starting jobs. And I already told you, I think Micah Gay is that guy. I
Yeah.
really do, and I understand there's a little bit some questions about his size, but I think he answered all that last year at Tennessee State. Man, the kid's just a playmaker, and the thing with Christian, I'm kind of jumping back and forth here with both these guys. I do think they're important because they're going to play next to each other. Christian's versatility makes me. I've seen him play off ball. I've seen him play Mike. And I do think he's big enough to step down as a stand-up pass rusher in certain packages, in certain moments. And I really think Quinn's going to love him, man. He's going to be the guy. You're just going to see Christian Aiken play everywhere.
Snakey, man. That's your leader right there. Man, the kid is he's a rock star of a kid. Micah, quiet, but he's I think that's your star right there. That's gonna be, and of course, adding these two guys in the room with Carmelo and Ja'Cory, and with those young bucks, Keith Bass and Cam Evans, I just think, and Lundy, we got a ton of linebackers, man. But I really, 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 we celebrated when we landed Micah, of course, because I thought Micah was heavily coveted in the FCS space because he did really well for himself at Tennessee State, and I know he had some FBS opportunities. Um, enjoyed just the recruiting process and just a workhorse, man. Don't say a whole lot, but I'm anxious to see him put pads on, Blue, and get out there in the field and just do what he do. I think Christian's gonna be the same way. These kids are gonna push each other. They're gonna push hard for starting. I don't know who's gonna do what and where, but I do trust the coaches. And the thing I love the most, Blue, the most underrated move in the offseason. Where do you think I'm going with this? Drum roll. Let me go to my whatchamacallit, man. Hold on just a second. I'm slow.
Where's the sound
Hold on.
effect?
Linebacker coach Javancy Jones. That's the difference maker on this defense, in my opinion, with Coach Javancy Jones coaching the linebackers this year. I'm just telling y'all, it's going to be different. No disrespect. And this is what I do love, Congrats to Coach Mario. I know Coach Mario accepted a role today. He's going to be heading off to, I think, to Rice University, just putting it out there. But Coach Justin Sanders going to the DB room, which is what he's coached the majority of his career anyway, I think puts him in the right room. You get what I'm saying? Him, Coach Isaias, and then you got Coach Javancy. You need your linebackers, man. You need your linebackers to be hunting with hot sauce on their tongue. You get what I'm saying? And Coach Javancy Jones is that. You got a young, fiery Coach Ray who's going to take that defensive line. I think our defense is going to carry this team this year. I know Jared is special. I know I think Jency is a pro if he's getting the ball. I think he has the capability of being an elite tight end next year. Nate Rembert is rock star level. Come on, I get all the bells and whistles of the offense, the shiny trinkets. I get it. What wins championships, Blue?
Defense.
I give you one phrase because I don't want to say, but we'll say two words: quarterback power. That's all I got.
There you go. And I'll say this: the one thing that stuck out about Aiken's film is, man, he is not afraid to take on an offensive lineman.
Nope.
He's going to meet them in the hole, and he's going to try to go make a play. And I like that because I don't think that's Micah's game, right? Like I think you want to keep Micah clean and just let him. You want him to run free and just go make plays because he's not going to get beat to the edge. And he's going to be able to keep up with the running backs. Like you want him to you've recruited all those big defensive tackles, like we talked about just a minute ago, to keep him free. You don't want him getting touched, man. Tell him to go get the football. Christian Aiken's the guy where if they're running a QB power, he's taking on the guard and he's going to make a play and making sure that ain't going nowhere. Like that's the type of guy he is.
I think Micah gives you that. I love the versatility of him. When you think about what coach likes to do, the ability to drop, I think, like you said, Micah could actually drop back. There's a package where he could have Micah drop back in coverage in that same role that Quincy was in and have two linebackers still stay home. You got a Carmelo Jones and a Christian Aiken or Ja'Cory Hargan, one of these guys, and they get to just hunt. And then you got that big, aggressive defensive line that's right in front of you. I hope to see more more four-man front just because of the size of our edge guys. When you bring in a Messiah Blair at 6'7" and a Deterius Duke Clayton at 6'6", you got some big guys. You got Chandler as well as Bakari. What's his name? I think it's Chandler, and then you got Crazy Kurt coming off the other edge. You got a lot of edge guys that I think is going to be looking to get some reps and they're going to be looking to eat, man.
I'm excited to see Melo too. Talking to you in New Orleans, man. He really didn't get a chance to show everything that I think he had last year, and I'm really excited to see him if he's able to earn that starting role, man. I'm really excited to see what his ceiling could be.
I think Melo. Now I hadn't seen any of these new guys, but even last year, Melo was our best tackle. Okay. I think the thing that hurt Melo. And I don't mind saying this because this is what I do know. I think the thing that kind of held Melo back some is maybe the playbook some. And then he had sustained an injury during the season with a car accident that transpired. Many didn't know that, but everything was good. We don't get into the specifics. Now that it's over, we kind of touch on it, but I think Melo is an amazing tackler, one of the best open field tacklers we got. And when he hits you, man, he hits you hard, man. He's one of the hardest hitting. I think him and Ja'Cory were our two best tacklers on the team last year of everyone. So, but they both were backups. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's going to be interesting to see, who's going to do it. And then Coach Jones has already challenged all of them. Cam Salas is up there as well. I'm thinking more so. Yeah. Hard hitting is going to be between Melo and Cam. But surefire tacklers, I thought Melo was arguably our best tackler. He got his hands on you, Blue. He didn't miss tackles, bro. He did not miss tackles. He hit you hard, and man, you felt Melo. We was watching him in practice. Ooh, yeah. It's like I say, hey, bro, we got to get to the dog.
He's like, please don't knock out our starting quarterback. Like,
but no, man. So no, it's some good stuff, man. Anyone else you think, man? Any others jump out to you?
Sammy Dunn. How about?
Ooh.
I got to give a shout out to my Mobile guy, man. Okay. I couldn't come on here and not because I had to mention at least one high school guy because we all know the transfers are going to be, they're going to dominate the headlines, right? And we know Sammy probably isn't going to play much this year. But man, Ken, I got to go see him play this year in person.
About this young man, brother. Talk to me.
He ain't ready right this second. He ain't coming in to start right now. But
he will in a second.
But guess what? He's going to be the guy in the future.
Man, we got 2-3 stars that's coming in. We got Sammy Dunn, and we got, I forget the young man's name. I got to go pull him up. We got another 3-star kid that came in. Someone can put his name in the chat. I'm not going to move off.
He's from Florida, right? The other 3-star?
Florida, yep, 3-star, 6'3". Man, it slipped my mind. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pull him up in just a second. But Dunn, Viger High School. He was class 5A, back of the year. Talk to me about him, because you told me he was playing in postseason. Corian Tyler?
I thought Tyler was the kid from Valpo.
Valparaiso. That's MC8's son, man. I can't wait, Blue. We're gonna come back to Tyler, man, because his dad. I'm a fan of MC8, man. Menace to Society. Come on, man. And he and I be talking through Instagram, and he's like, he's gonna be in town for the spring game, which is April the 11th. Y'all mark your calendars. It's going to be super dope. If you want to make the trip to Jackson, come on through, man. They're going to have it on campus. It's going to be our junior day. We got a softball game. Man, you're going to be able to tailgate and have all the good fun and festivities right on campus at the practice facility. So the legendary triple OG triple. You get what I'm saying? Going to be in the building, man. MC8 Karan Tyler, his dad. But anyway, Chip. look at it. See?
And Carl knows because Carl's from Mobile too, man. Like this.
Yep.
And for people that don't know, Viger turns out legit prospect. Like, I mean, this is a school that has just athletes, man. And I think they ran into Williamson. I think they made it to the game before he made it to the state championship. If I'm not mistaken, they ran through the regular season, and then I want to say they ran into Williamson or someone in the playoffs. I don't think they won state, or actually I think they might have beaten Williamson and then lost in the state championship. That might have been what it was. I know they didn't win state, but they made a run. But again, the thing that I like about him is that he's gotten better every single year that he's played. And yeah, I'm looking here. They beat Williamson. They lost to Moody in the state championship. So man, led his team to the state championship.
Oh man, Darian Jones. That's his name. Thank you for the name, Darian Jones. We'll talk about him in a second. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, and we expect this for true freshman, man. A little bit raw as a passer, but man, I think has all the tools to be developed. And Ken, the thing I like is he started his career. Saw only one game as a freshman, completed about 60% of his passes. As a junior, only completed about 59. That jumped up to like 65 this year, man. He got way more efficient on way more reps. And I think that's what you want to see from a kid. And as the starter, man, every week they were the targeted. And 33 passing touchdowns, had I think 12 rushing, average like 7 yards per carry. Just an athlete,
So
man.
give me a player comp, man. I've seen it. I've seen it. We interviewed him, B. Corsi and I, on Tiger Talk for his visit. 6'1".
Yeah, like 180.
Yeah. Very smart football mind, too. Loved the conversation I had with him. I think this kid is going to be – future's very bright for a kid like for him. I think so.
I'm going to have to think on the player comp, man.
Man,
listen, I'll be honest.
Don't wreck your brain. I just wondered if somebody might have popped up in your head initially, but
not right now, because I will say this. I do like to give these kids a chance to kind of develop in college because everyone knows this. Like, the thing while that's hard with player comps, me and Gerald laugh about this all the time with the NFL player comps. Why we got to stop comparing these kids to like all pros and Hall of Famers.
I know, right?
Like, good God, man. Like, can we listen? And we also fall into the trap, man. If they look like the player, we compare them to the player, or they come from the same school or something like that. Like, listen, man, every white wide receiver can be Cooper Kupp. I promise. Listen, I've seen Cooper Kupp play. He's probably not Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
No, Danny Amendolas.
No, listen. Well, we got to come up with some better player comps, man. But you know this, man. If a good running back will come out of Jackson, and there'll be someone out there that's like, man, like he's the next Walter Payton. It's like, yeah, he's probably not the next Walter Payton. I almost guarantee he's not the next Walter Payton. And so, like, that's the thing but then also, too, people, and then if you compare him to a player that wasn't very good at the next level, man, you know what they say? Oh, man, like, you must think I'm terrible. It's like, no, like, you just play like him. Like, you could be a better player, but, like, that's your stylistic comp. But so that's why I always am cautious with but I'll say this, man. This kid, if you give him a year or two development, I really do think he could be a full-time starter at Jackson. And talking to people that, talking to you guys and talking to some other people that know the kid, man, I think he could be in Jackson for the long run, man. I don't know if he's going to be a kid that's.
I think so too. I really do. The goal is to now listen. It's a very cool situation to be in, but it's also. Let me say it this way, Blue. We understand the landscape of college football, and we have a great relationship with the Lockharts, and we want Jared to stay his entire time. I'm gonna just be real with you. I just know that man, that kid is special, man. Coach Eddie Robinson asked about him while we was down there in New Orleans. He's like, y'all still got that little young quarterback? I was like, yes, we do. We're gonna come see you in Montgomery. We're gonna come see you in Montgomery, Coach. But no, man, you need depth though. I love that we have three. I love that we did the 2 freshman thing where they can come in and compete and develop for reps. I love that we got a upperclassman with Karan Tyler, who's played real minutes in an FCS school. Valparaiso played well for us. Really good, solid potential. You know what I mean at the quarterback position. But I'm with you, Blue. Could be here for the long haul. We don't know with the transfer portal. We got to see.
Yeah, I just like one. Because what you can't teach kids how to do, right? So, like when you take a quarterback out of high school, I always tell people if they're a dual threat guy, I want him to be a playmaker first of all. Just give me a playmaker because you can't teach that. Like you can't. Like let's just say you go to the best quarterback developer, and you can teach fundamentals. You could teach how to read a defense. It's like you could maybe tweak his throwing motion, but you know what you can't do? Teach instinct. You either got that instinct or you don't. Are you a playmaker or are you not a playmaker? And I think this kid's just a playmaker, man. That's something you can't teach. And you go to a program at Jackson with this coaching staff that they've shown they can develop talent. When Jacoby got here, he got better as a quarterback.
Yep.
We'll see this year, but I expect because of that, I expect Lockhart to get better as a quarterback. And
Lockhart it's getting stronger too, Blue. You're going to see a bigger frame this year, a much bigger frame than last year. I want to say he was 185, 190, not 195 maybe, played at 190 something, but I know 215-ish.
That's the thing with Sammy, man. He's got to put on some weight too. Like that's the thing. Like I don't think you can go out there 170. Like I need to see if he can get up to 185 plus. It's the biggest thing.
What does this mean?
Oh, so right now, me and Coach Fred, we host the Coach Terrell Buckley show each week. So
nice.
I do a show with
Congratulations, man.
And I appreciate that. And that's what he says. He said, listen, I don't care what you're 40. Like he's like, I just want a playmaker. That's all I care about. He's like, when I go to recruit these high schools down in Mississippi, he goes, can you make plays? That's all I care about. He said, because I can do something with the playmaker, but if you ain't making no plays, there ain't nothing I can do with you.
That's a great point. Very well said.
Just give me a base, man. Like I think that's the biggest thing. And we talk about player development in the SWAC, man. And I want to say this. I know you say you wanted to circle back to this. Ken, I don't know about you, man. I am so excited for this year in the SWAC, man. Like, and we talked about this. I think, God, the talent has improved. Like, I'll think back all the years I've covered this. I think this is the most talented SWAC we've ever had. Because Ken, you'll know what I mean by this. You remember when people said, hey, I can't predict the West. The West is chaos, but they said it as an insult, right? Because we all, it was a bunch of mediocre West teams, right? No, it's like, they're all not very good. They're going to go to the SWAC championship, get beat by the team in the East. Man, the West, you're looking now. PV's looking strong. Grambling's looking better.
They're going to be tough. They
oh yeah.
Around that.
But even think about Texas Southern, man. What, they win 5 to 7 games a year and scare everybody. They're going to catch somebody.
They got whatchamacallit as their quarterback now.
Oh yeah, the newest SWAC journeyman. Yeah, newest SWAC journeyman, man. Like, we'll see if he, like, I'm hoping they use him how I think he should be used. We'll see. But I mean, even like I just look at the West, man, and like even Alcorn was sneaky. Look how hard Alcorn played Jackson last year, man. That was not a Alcorn team anyone thought was going to Jackson to compete well.
I thought that was the hardest game we had. I didn't think Alabama State was expected. It was, you know, you got the HBCU Player of the Year, Andrew Body, just all world. You know what I mean? Played his behind off. You know, if he got a chance to have the ball in his hand, he's gonna give you a run for his money. You know, we got the stop that we needed, but that Alcorn game, Blue, was, my gosh, bro. We was one bad execution on a reverse from being down in that game. You know what I mean? And then, you know, the vet reared his ugly head. It got real dark up in there toward the.
It got real quiet there for a minute.
Hey man, it looked like when Mama, you know, the street lights come on, we still outside playing football. Yeah, it looked like that over there in that horseshoe end zone, dog.
But I mean, think of the East too, bro. Like, I mean, FAMU should be better with Quinn as the head coach. Bethune was not a joke last year. They had a chance to win the SWAC East in November.
How much is Bethune? I didn't see much of their recruiting class. I know you keep up with a lot more. I did see Alabama A&M had a really good recruiting class. I thought they did well. I thought they really did well for themselves. I think Coach Shade is a good coach. Getting Quad Brown back is going to be crazy. I think Mekhi Higgins is going to be playing for them this year as well. So I don't see it's not going to be an easy out. I don't see Bethune. Valley is Valley. I think FAMU is going to turn. I think they're going to be better this year with Isaiah Knowles as coming in as a quarterback, playing a really good season at Albany State. Like you said, I don't know what Bethune did. I didn't really see that.
They don't announce anything. We'll know when they release the updated roster. They don't, and that's the tricky part about evaluating rosters is you just even Bethune last year didn't announce anything, and then all of a sudden you got these kids popping up there. They ended up being contributors, and it's tough to cover, right? Because I mean, if you don't announce
that linebacker number 11, that was throwing them hands against Grambling.
I think he graduated because he was a transfer from Mercer.
Okay.
Yeah, because he might be in the UFC, man. He might be on the new Ultimate Fighter. I mean, because he was out there throwing.
He was out there taking punches and giving them too, man.
Yeah, he was. Punches, somehow played in the next game, but that's a whole nother.
Yes, indeed.
It's another conversation.
Let me see. Yeah, Pine Bluff.
They don't be Pine Bluff. Like I think you got the bottom feeders of East. But every conference has bottom feeders, right? So it's no shot at them. Like someone's got to be last. But like you don't know, I don't know what Southern's going to be. So we'll keep them out of this conversation.
I talked to my brother down there in New Orleans. He said that despite their coach not being present, shout out to Perry for being. Perry didn't hold it back. You know what I mean? Perry look, bro, man ain't been here, and we ain't seen this dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't changed his social media profile. Ain't rocking the logo, nothing. Right? All right. But he said he felt like this was the best signing class they've had in a very long time. So they got quite a few FBS transfers. They haven't really announced any of that stuff. They only really announced like the freshman kids. So I think that's a strategy going forward. A lot of schools wanting to just not really show their hand. Yeah, we not sneaking up on nobody, so we gonna continue to do what we do. But I asked him, I said, "Hey man, did y'all get a quarterback though?" He said, "Well, the Zion Chris,
Yeah.
Chris is Tulane, dog. If you don't get a quarterback, it's all for naught."
Yep. I mean, that's what I heard too. I heard the quarterback's still a big if there, and that's going to be a problem. Can't win the SWAC without a
We're gonna
quarterback.
welcome him to Jackson, Mississippi on first SWAC home, first SWAC game of the season. We welcome you, brother. You're gonna fuck around and see what Jackson State is all about. 8 in a row.
I don't know, man. I'm curious to see because I've heard the FBS transfer thing, but like, listen, it's real good to say that, but until they're announced, like, are they locked in, right? Because we saw the Chris thing, right? And you never know if those kids signed down the line. Then I've seen they got. Let me say this: they signed a bunch of talented freshmen, but are you going to win the SWAC with a bunch of talented true freshmen?
No, you're not.
I don't think so. Not this year, right? Not with what Jackson's bringing in. Not Alabama State with Body coming back. Not with what PV's bringing in.
What did Alabama State? I thought Alabama State did themselves some favors with. They got some pretty good D2 talent transferred in. I checked out.
Yeah.
I did some, just looking at the film. But I got to be real. I'm not a hater or nothing like that. I thought Prairie View did a really good job of recruiting. They loaded up. They loaded.
Yeah. It's the first time I think, and I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to be fair across the board. This is the first time I think a team has rivaled what Jackson and TC have been able to do in the portal.
They did, and I don't say now. Look, they 14 fans are annoying as hell. But I love it though. I love it. Now, let me say this: we banter. I respect it. Because what I thought Tremaine Jackson did do was very admirable, man. This man took a fan base like a Prairie View and made them folks feel emboldened. And that's hard to do, man. It's very hard to do at a school who's historically got the worst losing record in the history of football. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, but I thought he was a marketing genius. I thought he was quite annoying, intentionally annoying. But he was one of those coaches that, and I say it this way: you can't be mad at Prairie View folks, because if that guy was our coach, man, we love everything about everything he's doing. We buy into it, the bravado, we love it. But when he's on the other, it's kind of like Draymond. Draymond, your teammate, you're kind of happy that Draymond, your teammate.
Love it.
If you play against him, you want to punch him in his teeth. I'm not saying that we want to punch Coach Jackson, but you get under your skin if you ain't got tough skin. You know what I mean?
Well, I told you at the Legacy Bowl, if Tremaine Jackson was at the head coach of Jackson State, it'd be the most dangerous thing in all of the social media world, man. I mean, could you imagine? God,
man, listen, man, that'd be nuts. And we love Coach Taylor. He do it a little. He does it his way, but no, just with the way the fan base is, it's like a clash of the Titans. Like he know how to get them under the skin, and then he gonna turn the comments off. He ain't gonna let you talk. You're gonna have to retweet him.
he knows exactly how to get a rise out of everybody else in the conference. And I will say this, like, it's interesting because you guys have a little bit of a rivalry with them because y'all faced them so many times now. And now PV has a rivalry with them because they lost to them in the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl. Listen, man, South Carolina State.
Talk to me.
Ooh, Chinnis Berry signed him. If you thought his class last year was good,
so he got a big
they
time
took that
class.
Celebration Bowl trophy on the road with them, man.
I didn't even look at the MEAC. I didn't at all. I'm talk to me. What? So South Carolina,
they got a D2 quarterback from, I think it's UNC Pembroke. Kid's gonna be a freak, dual threat guy. It's kind of out of that Stubblefield type mold.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be a stud. And they just went and loaded up on D2 kids, in-state kids transferring back to South Carolina. Like, he just went out there and loaded up.
Blue, what did I say? I think coaches, if you're listening, I'm giving, and our coaches do a fantastic job of recruiting. Very similar strategy. I think every SWAC coach, if you're not doing this, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not saying that you go and take all the talent from the D2s, but if you got D2 Division II All-American level talent from the SIAC, the CIAA, if you're not at least kicking the tires on those kids, especially if they hit the portal, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I thought we hit a home run on some D2 talent with Christian Aiken. We tried to get his teammate Keon Davis. I think he committed to Kennesaw State, the wide receiver. But we did get 2 new wide receivers that's not announced. I won't mention them just yet, but we got 2 big-time wide receivers that's coming in for us. Both are transferring FBS. So we got 2 FBS transfer wide receivers coming in. Spoke to Coach Marshall about that today. They'll be announced at a later time, potentially. So we were sorting through some things. But, yeah, man, keep going, man. Keep going. It's good to know.
Yeah.
So South Carolina plays who this year in the HBCU ranks that's not in the MEAC? They got in the out-of-conference games, I think.
So they were supposed to play Alabama State, and it fell through from what I was told.
Ooh, okay.
That was going to be a massive – man, could you imagine South Carolina State, Bama State with body? And that – I mean, come on, man. That would have been such a good game.
Who's in the MEAC SWAC Challenge this year?
Alabama, A&M, and Howard, I believe.
Yeah, ain't nobody care. But I want to see that, though.
Yeah.
I saw Coach Ted – is it Ted
Ted White.
Ted White. I saw him at the Legacy Bowl. It was good to see him. And I say that because go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say A&M's loaded up on some transfers too, man. They signed a massive class.
They did. Actually, they signed
impressed.
literally the same amount of players we signed, man. And FBS, like 13 FBS transfers, about 4 or 5 FCS guys, and some high school talent. So, but again, it's going to come down to the quarterback position. A healthy Cornelius Brown, I thought he was dealing at the beginning of the season. He got hurt against us, unfortunately. But Alabama A&M versus Howard, man, pulling for Alabama A&M against any MEAC team. Okay. Curious to see how our running back room develops. All right, let's talk about our running back room for a second.
Yeah.
I think at the running back position, I thought we did a really good job of replacing the bodies that we lost. All right. Tyler Arrington is a Travis Terrell clone. Probably a little bit more elusive, very dynamic, same exact size and height. 5'9", 170. You get what I'm saying? I think it's Nate Blunt's time to show that he's that guy. He's ready to take the bull by the horns. Former 3-star local kid, Brandon High School, has completely transformed his body. Looks great, looks amazing. I think this spring is his time to determine if he wants to be that guy or not. And I love that he's getting the opportunity to. I like to see kids wait their turn and get blessed with that opportunity. Our coaches have done that. But, Blue, I'm going to tell you about this young freshman right here, Ladarius Pryor. Remember that name, man. That's your Denario Davenport, but as a freshman. You know what I mean? When I say 6'2", 210, 215, good size, he's going to be special. 30-plus offers. How do we get him? Shout out to Coach Gallen. That's all I'm going to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this portal era, you got a lot of running backs come a dime a dozen, but I think the running back room shapes out to be very well for us. You still got an Isaiah Wilson, Jeremiah Wilson, I'm sorry, from Lanier High School. He's still there. You still have Amari Matthews returning, and we got another running back that we will bring in. I won't speak to that. It's been like very, very hush about it, so I'll just leave that at that. But I think our running back room is going to be. Say Ladarius can be better than Irv. I don't even think I won't even go there.
Yeah, that's like that player comp that we were talking about, where it's like you don't want to
do that. Who would be the next 1,000-yard rusher?
It needs to be Nate Blunt if we're being honest. Like, I mean, if we're talking real expectations.
Yeah, if he's a starter, I would say the next 1,000-yard back is going to be who's ever that RB1 for Jackson State. I don't know who that's going to be, but I think you're going to see it's going to be a committee like we normally do, because Coach Gallen is very adamant about not running he doesn't run his running backs in the ground. Just doesn't do it. But could be Tyler Arrington. We don't know. But more running back by committee next year. Yep, that's what's going to happen. That's
because it's a young room, right? Like, y'all don't have any upperclassmen in there.
Mari Matthews is the only senior in the room now. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Embarrassment of riches. Hated to see Ahmad and Travis go, but I got to tell you guys this, man. Blue, Dub and I were looking at the schedule. You know, we got a bye on the 12th. You know, we're going to be at somebody's game on the 12th, dog. I don't know if we're going to be in West Lafayette. But I tell you this much. KT Dub went to SMU, bro. SMU plays Syracuse October the 30th or October the 31st. That's a Jackson State bye. We will be in Syracuse, New York, to see my brother Mod playing. Listen, that's just that we're gonna take advantage of them buys to go see somebody. You know what I mean? But these guys, I think the running back room is gonna shape out. Give the team full spring camp, and let's see how we look come summer camp going into the fall. You know, I'm gonna bring you guys the reports as best as I can. However, I don't know, Blue. I just know we got some bodies, and these guys is wide open.
Yeah.
Because our two underclassmen that would have been starters are gone. They hit the portal. So, hey, Nate, look, man. Nate looked good, man. I think Nate, he doesn't have to press. I thought he was pressing some, being a young man trying to get reps because he was playing behind a deep room. I think all he has to do now is just get in the playbook, you know, do what he needs to do, and just run hard behind that big offensive line and do what he got to do. He's going to have to run against a terrible defensive line, though, unfortunately for him. But if you can get past Jack State defensive line, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I want to see his speed increase. I think the physicality is there. Coach wanted him at about, 207, 205, you know, so you can have some agility, good enough size. But I thought he's a workout warrior. So I'm putting my money on Mr. Blunt. You know what I mean? And to beat RB1, and he gonna have to prove me wrong otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I got faith in him. I think he's gonna be, and I think it'll be good for him to have a Brandon, Mississippi high school kid as a starter at Jackson State. It's former 3-star. I think it's his time. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, he's the one.
Anything else, man? I know we've had you on for a good little minute, man. What else you got before we get ready? Man, thoughts on this before we go. Anything else on the roster?
No, man, you're good. I think running back was my biggest question, man. I think you answered it.
Let's touch on it, Blue, before we go. We got 5-7 minutes. Come on, Blue.
Oh, man. Man, you trying to get me back in high water, man.
Let's talk about it, man. We here. Let's talk about the schedule that everybody is crying about. Somebody said stinking ranking.
Oh man.
The wide room or upperclassmen that will help also help Jared. Yeah, expect to see another tight end to come in. The kickers are we gonna be fine at the kick. We got all new kickers and placeholders. So, and Simon Naylor is back in the fold. So I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine at kicker. And we got a kicker from Buford. Anytime you see a kicker from Buford High School out of Georgia, just know you got yourself a good kicker. Last kid we got from Buford was Alejandro Mata. What's the matter? And he left us and went to Colorado. All right. Talk to me, Blue. What you think, man?
Listen, man, to keep it consistent, I mean, listen, everyone knows how I feel about D2 games. Everyone. Like, and that's consistent from South Dakota State to Jackson State to Mississippi Valley State. One's fine, two's a lot. But at the same time, and me and you talked about this at the Legacy Bowl, the justification makes sense. I was just curious on why not 12 games. Like, that was my biggest
That was
thing.
what
And
I wanted to. I wanted, I
Yeah.
wanted 12 bad, man. I did. Go ahead.
Because, like I told you at the Legacy Bowl, that was what my tweet was about. I was like, that's interesting because they're the first FCS school to schedule 11 games. And then we saw Grambling do it, Valley do it. I think Alcorn may have done it as well. I think there was like 4 or 5 teams that came out after Jackson that all had 11 games. But I was just curious why 11, man. Because if you're going to schedule 2 D2 games, man, screw it, man. Schedule 3. Get another home game. Like if we leaning into it, then let's lean into it.
Man, we should have got what? We got Albany State on that thing. Come on over here to Jackson.
Like, call up Lincoln CA, man. Just a jamboree game.
Lincoln CA, we ain't doing that. We don't. We could have called Delta State. Let's get Delta State on that thing. Coach Cooley going to Ole Miss now.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, because that was my only confusion because for me, I was thinking about it from the money aspect, right? You schedule 12 games because you can maybe get an extra home game in there. So I was just like, man, schedule a team that you can get to come to Jackson, right? And then get another home game. That was my thing, because y'all already got to give up a home game to go to Mobile every year, but y'all get a check for that. So it makes sense. But man, schedule a non-Scally school, schedule another D2. Like, it could, because I mean, at the end of the day, Ken, you know this, man, people are gonna be mad about 2 D2 games. Might as well just lean into it. Get a 12th game. But I get the justification from Ashley Robinson. And I think that was just my thing, is I just wanted to hear from an AD why 11 over 12, right? Because if you remember, Ken, because this was my perspective, man, the FCS level fought to have 12 games. Yeah, like, it was a battle to get it approved. So my confusion was, if
not only that, but we were also excited when we had that 1 year where we can schedule 12. We was like, oh, we can schedule 12 games this year. So yeah, I'm
exactly. Yeah. So if everyone's excited about 12, why won't we take advantage of it? That was my only confusion. I think it was funny because me and you were laughing about it in New Orleans. But all I did was tweet out, man, interesting, they only decided to schedule 11 games. Bro, like, and man, all hell broke loose. Yeah, man. Like, man, people in the comments were going insane just for me asking about why you scheduled 11. Man, you had people bringing up D2 games. You have people bringing up me. Like, man, I'm like, woo, we got some. I was like, all good. I was like, I'll just wait. I'll wait for Ken's show. We'll hear why, and we'll just keep it moving.
I had people, man, folks were attacking me. I had to snap. I'm like, why y'all coming after me? I'm like 50 Cent. What did you say fuck me for?
Right.
What I do? Like, I don't have a damn team schedule. I ain't done nothing. They attacking me. All this man do is make excuses. I said, God damn, what happened? When did I schedule a game?
You had to text the AD and say, "Hey man, can I sit at the table next time so I actually have some say? If I'm getting attacked, might as well let me sit at the table."
I said, man, look, I had some cut-ups, man. I had some clips. Man, that I was gonna drop. I was like, nah, let me just leave that alone, bro. Because I did a lot of cussing on that show. I was like, you gotta go to that show.
You know what the best part about Twitter is, though? That mute button. That mute thread.
Oh my God.
Beautiful, bro. Dude, I saw the first 5. I saw the first 5 comments and I said, yep, let me go ahead and mute this.
Let me say this. I don't do no lot of blocking no more on Twitter. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna mute you because I want you to see what I said to you. And then I'm gonna be like, talk to the hand. I'm good. I'm not doing that. Now the little idiot who chimed in, and we done for the night, but that little jerk who came on the show tonight to make the little comment tonight, like, he get blocked. We block idiots like that, man. So every show has been consistent. I'm telling you, I gotta give it to him. I think bro must have, you know what I'm saying, he left them folks out there just left them wanting. It ain't got nothing to do with me, Blue. Why they messing with me, man? I ain't done nothing to them folks.
Man, man, you know how it is in the social media thing, man. Like, one comment, man, could just turn. Like, man, I had people tagging Coach O and stuff, saying that I was hating on the schedule, bro. I was like, tagging Coach O is crazy.
Somebody said I wanted PV. PV might be on the schedule. Rematch. We're gonna win the East again. Just so y'all know that we're gonna win the Celebration Bowl this year.
PV Jackson in the SWAC championship again, like a rematch. Man, talking about numbers.
What if that game was played at PV though? The small stadium, the 15,000. It's gonna be a sellout.
Controversial take. I think the environment would be lit if it was in that stadium.
It'd be nuts.
Because Jackson fans would travel. Like, there's no doubt.
We're gonna cuss them Prairie View. We're gonna cuss all 13 of them out. We're gonna take over. Let me stop. I'm
rooting for, like, I'm really, like, it's always good because, like, the one thing too is, like, man, it could, like, that's what I was talking about earlier, man. Could you imagine if TC talked in public like he does behind the scenes? Because him and Tremaine, man, would be must see TV.
Taylor is not. Listen, I know Coach know it's all love, Coach. So don't get me.
Oh yeah, no, we love TC, man. TC knows it.
Let me tell y'all something, man. The TC is I don't know TC like you think you do. You gotta come to one of them practices to see Coach Taylor get down with it. You'll be like, what?
Now I will say TC's got to respond, man, because my guy called him out on the last coach's show.
Who did?
Valley's head coach. He called him out.
What did he say?
Oh, he said that they should do in SWAC Media Day. They should have a coaches like Olympic thing where they have they do golf, they do spades, they do one-on-ones in basketball. He said, man, we got to find out who's the most athletic coach. And he said no coach in the SWAC could touch him in anything. He said we could play. He said any type of spades, basketball, golf, and he specifically said he's the best golfer in the SWAC. And so one of the Jackson fans got in the comment and said, hey, TC's a pretty good golfer. And he said, man, tell TC.
He can hoop, he can do all that. Now we just had a tug of war amongst our coaches, but that might come out soon. But
that's going to be gold when y'all release it.
Oh, that was something, But
yeah, TC's got fishing. If we're doing fishing, TC's out fishing the whole SWAC.
He winning without question.
Yeah.
Without question. Yeah, he winning. But no man, I'll let Coach respond to that. We still gonna get Coach on the show, y'all. We just give us a little time. But he hear everything. He hear everything. See everything. He hear everything. He makes sure he let us know that.
Hey, Coach said that TC and all the other coaches can see him at Top Golf in Birmingham the night before SWAC Media Day. He said anytime.
I think after years of being on the field of education, being in the field of education, I never tried to say a subjective answer was wrong. I always tried to see the other point. Oh, okay. Anyway, hey man, listen, dog, I appreciate you for coming up for sure, man. For coming in. The Lions were Tigers then, I must say.
Yeah, Tigers did.
You're a friend of the channel and the family. I always enjoy your perspective. Again, appreciate all that you do. Keep up the great work, man. Keep elevating. Keep taking that thing higher and higher and higher. And we're gonna keep doing what we do, man. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Blue Buzz Podcast, man. Make sure y'all go follow Blue, subscribe to the channel, watch the content. I'm trying to get caught up, man. I'm behind, man. We got down there in New Orleans, and it was like a crash course, bro. We had the Airbnb popping. Had the bad.
Man, I feel you.
And stuff. Yeah, man. But it was.
I don't know how you do it, bro. Like I traveled a little because I didn't get to travel much last year because of off the camera stuff. But man, I remember when I was traveling 2 years ago. Man, I don't know how you do it from California, bro. Because I hate flying, and man, God, I just you feel like you're behind for a whole week.
I'm up in the air in the morning, bro. It's honestly, man, it is tough. It's tough, but as long as I have something specifically to do, man, the stuff that we're doing off the camera is just it's unbelievable, man. We got a lot going on. People, if I really did start posting everything that we did, people probably about tired of us now, but. We're doing a lot, man, and we're doing it for a good cause. And when I say this in closing, Coach is talking about it tonight, just kind of sharing, man, just how important the work that we're doing is to them, and that's the thing that fuels us. Say, Blue got to come on, come to homecoming and boombox. He's been to boombox before,
Yeah, I've been to the Boombox. I've not been to homecoming yet, though.
Homecoming versus FAMU is gonna be interesting. I must say.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to make it out for that one, especially if FAM's good too. That'd be such a good because I went to the Jackson FAM game when they played in Jackson last time, and I was a little disappointed in FAM's turnout, but that's another
Oh no, they didn't show up at all.
conversation. No,
They didn't
I
show
was.
up.
Man, I thought that was going to be a selfie.
Will thinks that he said Will feels like it's going to be a ton of FAMU folks coming this time around because it is our homecoming. I wish they bring their band, but I doubt if they do. But
They've got to. That's even. Listen, I've already made my. I'm not a band guy for obvious reasons, but like it, I hear good music. There's only two that I think. There's three that I've really enjoyed, but there's only two that are competing for that #1 spot. And there's the Boom is one for me, and Southern's bands too.
Yep.
Tennessee State's band's underrated.
Another band I throw in there, as long as this band director is there, Texas Southern.
Oh, you see, I haven't seen them in person though, man. I did hear they did like some Teddy Swims or something last year, man. It sounded clean. But Tennessee State's band, man, was underrated when I heard them.
Yeah,
it was the Jackson Tennessee State game in Memphis. That the second year Shador was there.
Jackson State, Tennessee State. Thoughts on that game? Real quick before we close.
I can't wait for that game, man. And listen, man, I know there's history behind the game, but just for me, that's got to be a home and home every year. Like that's a game that should come off the schedule, bro. Like that is just. I had so much fun when I went up to Memphis for that game, and man, I absolutely love that rivalry. And I think Tennessee State's gonna be better this year, man. I don't know if they're gonna be ready, but they landed a good D2 quarterback.
Matt Leon is the OC now. He left North Carolina Central.
They got the kid from Winston-Salem State coming in at quarterback, was an all-conference guy at Winston-Salem. And so I do think they're going to be better because you got to remember, man, that staff got there in like May. Like, I mean, they got there late. And so I think Tennessee State will be good.
He's a good coach.
He will. But Jackson should win. But, man, I'm just glad that game's back on the schedule, man. When that game comes to Jackson, I think I'm going to have to because that's the first time it's been to Jackson since what, like the 80s?
Been since the 80s, man. It's been since I was a knee-high to a grasshopper. So I'm
I'll have to come to Jackson for that one. That's next year, so.
Yeah, man. Well, brother, I appreciate you, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Blue, appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, brother. See you guys on the next time. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and on the way out if you haven't. Like the stream. Appreciate Blue for coming up. As always, it is the I Love. Go Tigers. Peace out, everybody.
On the field, we bring the energy. Ready to go.
Off the field, I build my brand.
At Jackson State, we make it happen.
Dad said one story, my brand tells another.
This is Jackson State. This is family.
This is the KC-1400 Collective. Tiger Nation, we need each of you to join the movement.
Be the team behind the team.
Support our NIL collective. Get signed up today.
Visit www.KC1400collective.com. VI Love, Go Tigers.
ShotRx is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.
Hey, this True Thompson. True, you got to get word for Tiger Nation, man. I love y'all. Tiger Nation. DI Love, Go Tigers, baby. Appreciate you.
Wait. Before I go any further, hey, if you haven't done so already, make sure you get some of that cat head vodka and get down with KC-1400. Hey, go over there and sponsor with them guys, man. Go ahead, pitch in. Tell a friend, tell them, make sure you get you some of that cat head. Hey, go support KC-1400. Get you some of that cat head vodka for real.
Hello? What it do, bro? Man, what's up, baby? I'm down here in the NO, man, working this HBCU legacy, bro. Man, big dog. What's up with their order? So we got 6 players down here this year. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen, man. Just let me put my spin on it. All right, bet. Look like Rick Deuce, man. Hey, another play. Ken? That ain't Rick Deuce. What up, Deuce? Nah, we gotta switch this up. Hey, hold on one second. Public figure. Yeah, you clean now. Yeah.